It's hard to show up for yourself when no one showed up for you when you were a child. No one showed up to do the things or hear about the things that interest you and that were important to you. No one showed up for you emotionally, physically, and mentally. Being a parent or an adult, sometimes I feel they can think it's just another event, it's fine. I don't have to say sorry, it's not that big a deal, they're fine. Never being shown up for, never saying sorry always has its consequence on a child that is learning from its environment, that is taking in everything for the first time. Those actions can be internalized as I'm not worthy, and that shows up later in adulthood as I'm not worthy. And it's going to be hard to show up for yourself. And when it's hard to show up for yourself, it's going to be hard navigating a new path that you want to go into, navigating a new identity that you want to go into, a career, relationship, whatever it is. It's going to be hard because those things, those beliefs are internalized. This can be a really big reason why, if you're trying something new, there's resistance. It's challenging. It's always, I'm starting it, but I get off. I start it, but I get off. I'm never going all the way through with it. I can't get into the identity of it. So this is consistency, right? Showing up for yourself, showing yourself love in a way that is consistent, a love that is patient, a love that is kind. It's all tied to worthiness and love. A little side note as well, I do realize when you start to find your people in life and they tell you how amazing you are, they tell you all the good things. Sometimes you don't even believe them because you don't even believe it yourself. Any achievement is never good enough for yourself because it was never good enough in childhood. So you can't even believe them. As you start to heal this trauma of worthiness and self-worthiness, it becomes so wholesome to take those people and hold them close in what they say and like actually believe them. How do we heal that? How do we get to a point where we are confident in ourselves, we have self-worthiness, we have all these things in ourselves to show up for ourselves, for whatever it is, to have the confidence to continue this way, that way, whatever way we want to go, without giving up, without starting over? How do we get there? To get to flow, what we need to do is heal the belief. Choosing your own new belief can take you from resistance into flow when it comes to being consistent in any direction that you want to go. And how do we do that? It's by reprogramming your mind, reframing things, however you want to name it, rewire, reframe, to identify any beliefs that you have of your worthiness, your ability to do things, anything like that. It takes an immense amount of focus. It takes an immense amount of presence to hear the thoughts that come into your mind. So let's say you were never shown up for, and it's hard for you to show up for yourself and you're not worthy. How do you heal from that? How do you even identify that? Where do you even start? When you try something new, like let's say you want to go to the gym and be a person who is into fitness, has a fitness lifestyle, you have to see yourself as someone who goes to the gym. But if you always have the mentality of I always give up, I can never stick to it, I'm never going to achieve it. You need to be so in tune with those beliefs, those negative self-talking thoughts that come into your brain. It's so easy for those thoughts to slip by because it's all we've ever known. Now, you need to be so in tune in the present moment to catch those. And any time that you catch them, you need to reparent yourself and switch the narrative, reframe that thought. So if you think like, I'm just going to fall off again, I'm not going to show up for myself. It might seem silly to implement this at first because it's nothing what you've known. It seems so foreign. You might even feel like you're being fake to yourself. And it's funny because it's actually self-love and it's like a self-patient parent who's coming in and saying like, hey, I understand that in the past we've fallen off and we can't seem to be consistent with this thing. But you know what? We always turn back around and go for it. What can you take from the last time and apply it into this next time we go into this? You know what I'm saying? It's having that growth mindset. It's having that gentle parenting with yourself, because those thoughts of like, why do I even try? It's not like I can ever shed the weight. It's not like I can ever be consistent in the gym. Whatever it is, whatever the belief is, you can change the belief, but it takes presence and reprogramming and reteaching yourself with gentle parental love in order to slowly change it. And it's not going to change overnight, because guess what? Those beliefs were built into you from childhood. It's going to take a long time for it to unwind everything that you learned from childhood. But don't be discouraged, girl. Keep going. Anytime that you hear a negative thought, you hear a negative limiting belief, stop, acknowledge that it's there, and switch it around. I don't want to think like this anymore. It doesn't serve me. And then how can you say something to yourself that will switch the narrative? And it's doing that every day in little increments, in little thoughts, whatever thought that comes to your mind, until you start to believe that. You keep doing this, and one day you wake up and you are the one to naturally have those rewired thoughts of like, I've been consistent for so long, look at me go. And you'll notice different things, like I'm gonna rest today and I know I'm not gonna fall off. Like in the past, I might think that if I take one day off, I'm gonna just fall off for the next week or two, because that's what I usually would do. I'm in tune with my body that I can rest for today, and I know and I trust myself that the next day I'm gonna pick it up. You start to form this love bond with yourself as you reparent your thoughts and everything like that. So I would start there with when it comes to showing up for yourself and being consistent in all those kinds of ways. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I can't wait for the next one. I'll see you guys there. Bye.